Mallards, it is Monday and I am back again at previews. Before you ask, I got injured at the preview for The Waiting Room. How? I am really not sure. We were unpacking and getting ready and I literally like stuck my hand in and was like, oh, there's something wet in here. And I like wiped my leg and then I stuck my hand back in and I was like, I don't know what that was. Like there shouldn't be anything wet in here. Stuck my hand back in and I was like, oh, there really is something wet in here. Pulled my hand out, realized the wet thing was my hand covered in blood. And I still have no idea how the injuries came to be. Sometimes you're just lucky. Today, I was just lucky. But I'm gonna talk to you instead about the wonderful previews I went to see today, including the first one I saw this morning, which was Death of a Dandelion. And the piece of art I have chosen is Inspiration in Red by Faye. This gorgeous flower. It's very pretty. The frame reflects my camera, so you can see it twice. And I've chosen this because Death of a Dandelion was about flowers. So it was a piece created by JJ where they were talking about their Mama Judy, their grandmother, and sort of transforming into their grandmother and telling her life story. And it was sweet and heartfelt, and I loved the set because it was this green carpet with flowers sticking out of it. And as Mama Judy, she talked a lot about flowers and the different meanings of flowers and the different points of flowers, and picked those flowers out of the carpet and talked about them and what they symbolized. And it was really, really cute and sweet. So this is definitely a show if you like flowers. The second show I went to was a magic show. It was At the Table with Keith Brown. I love Keith Brown as a human, as a magician in a million different ways. The piece of art I have chosen is Tricks His Mind Plays by Kathryn Burkett. It's got a carnival-ish feel, but this guy looks like a magician, you know? So I feel like it fits the motif. Now the fun thing about this show is it's called At the Table because he's literally sitting at a table, and it's kind of playing on the shows that he did during pandemic. And one of the things that he does is invites 4 people to sit up on stage at the table, and I did that. And I would definitely recommend it. There's nothing like being up that close to all of these incredible magic tricks and still being completely in awe. Because sometimes people are like, oh yeah, but a big part of it is just, you know, magic tricks. If you're paying enough attention, you can figure it out. I was paying attention. And I did figure some of them out, but I didn't figure all of them out. And there was one trick that was involved Keith's assistant that almost killed me. Like I was gasping for breath with tears sitting on that stage because of how wonderful and funny that particular trick was. If you enjoy magic, I highly recommend this show, especially if you like card tricks. That's kind of his bread and butter, and they are magnificent. I love magic shows. I find magic to be so interesting. It's something that has always fascinated me, and I wish I was dexterous enough to do it. But I'm not, so I will instead just watch other people enjoy magic. And so link down there to both this beautiful art and that awesome show. The third show that I went to today, well, technically the fourth because the third was my own preview, links down there for The Waiting Room, was called Bremner Sings Everything That Happens in New Orleans is a Good Idea. And the piece of art I've chosen is called Feeling Groovy by Tanya Bayliss, because I feel like it exemplifies the New Orleans spirit. Now, this particular show I thought was actually going to be more singing, and maybe it's because I didn't realize that the show was Bremner Sings Everything That Happens in New Orleans is a Good Idea, as opposed to I somehow read it as Bremner Sings Everything That Happens in New Orleans. As in, like, he was just going to sing everything. And he did sing several songs, but it wasn't just all singing. But it was all very good singing. And it was an interesting take on New Orleans and an interesting sort of storytelling of his experience there and the world of New Orleans itself. And I did have a lovely time listening to Bremner sing. The last preview that I saw for today was called Howdy, Stranger. And the piece of art I've chosen is Desert Hush by Helibron. The reason I've chosen this piece is because a big part of Howdy, Stranger is the main character being stuck out in the desert with nothing but desert around them, as that is what they are told to guard as one of the people working under the sheriff. And it is a musical cowboy show that tells the story of Jean, who wants to become the deputy and makes a deal with a stranger dressed all in black in order to defeat outlaws, find his horse, and become deputy. And you'll have to see the show to see how it goes for him. But it is got some catchy music. It has a really heartfelt story. And the performer, Luca, is a delight. I'm in love with him. It was just so lovely to listen to. Also, whoever plays the horse, chef's kiss. That horse is incredible. Never has a head on a stick, had so much personality. I loved every second of it. I would definitely recommend the show. Link down there, of course, to tickets, and I will see you tomorrow.